Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Empire Total War with the American Revolutionary mod. Last time around we took Newfoundland, and yeah, since then it's still under my control. Not that it was contested in any way by the British, but I did go ahead to decline the naval battle because I decided that was going to take too long for the episode. So we're going to have to do that another time. However, we've got battles lined up for today, so we have a British force that is coming into our territory through the wilderness. So it's some Royal Highland immigrants, British Marines, and then East Norfolk, 2 battalions of those. And also, yes, people have been asking about, you know, helping out the British a bit. And what is going to help them a lot is firing my rank, because then the normal units will be able to utilize the entire unit rather than just the front rank. So I think that's going to be a big change in the actual battles. Anyways, we're going to try and stop these guys. So I cannot stop them, hope to stop them with just the Continental Congress Militia. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Grifford Watson and Finney's 18 Continental Regiment. So we're going to put them to the port at Providence. We're going to get this American sloop called Dolphin. And we're going to board this little army. I mean, I put it so that, oh, damn, we cannot actually, I was hoping we would make it there before, and I could land, but that seems not the case, unfortunately. Right, then there's not going to be a battle there, we're just going to have to hope that these guys, together with the townsfolk, is going to be able to hold off this British force, or the fact that they're going to wait around, maybe burn down the college at Brunswick or something. At least giving us some time. But then we have another battle. So I already explained kind of my strategy that was going in around Virginia, because it was looking like the Native Americans, the Indians, the Hurons to be precise, we're gonna march through and take Williamsburg, and in that case they would have torched the entire place. So we'd lost all European type structures, and then they would build up their Indian infrastructure instead. That would have been quite the loss, so I decided to give it to the British instead, right before even a shot was fired. And now when the army is actually up and ready again here in Baltimore, plus we've got reinforcements coming in from Philadelphia, we should be able to quite quickly destroy this British force, or even if it might not even go to battle with us. We'll force this one away, and then we march down, take this again, wait for the Indians to come back, smash the Indians, and once the Indians are done, I can basically go straight through here all the way down to Florida very quickly, just capturing anything, and the British have no hope whatsoever of taking it back. What we're going to be worried about is the Hurons, because they are actually producing quite the forces. And it's melee forces, so... And we haven't faced something like that would charge us head on, so that's going to be difficult. We do have cannon and canister and so forth, but you don't know. You don't know. With that said, let's go ahead and draw into battle with Lawrence Tully. I was hoping he was just going to run away, since we outnumber him over 2-1. Oh yes, a new unit I've recruited as well. Polanski's Regiment Light Infantry. And yes, with that said, let's go and defeat these British troops. And here we are, as I always say, and I thought that we were gonna go ahead and try something different as a another measure to make it a little bit easier for the enemy. Someone suggested that I should deploy in the same way they do and just start off as kind of the computer has set it out, and then I would deploy my men. So, you know what, let's try that. And let's start. Gonna have to deploy the guns, and I think we'll deploy them in place. We're gonna get the oh, here comes some cannon shots. Well, it starts up wonderful for the enemy, doesn't it? As they were able to fire straight through all of this, killing loads of my men. We're gonna get the 6th Regiment over on this side. Gonna get the lights. We're not gonna make a huge line, I don't think. We're gonna get the Mid-Atlantic regiments over on the left. Okay, we need to deploy our guns and silence those British guns ASAP. I'm not entirely sure if we've seen the Mid-Atlantic infantry, but there they are. They look very similar to the cannon crew. And with that, we're going to deploy the cannon crew and have them fire on the enemy. Get the rifles out on the flank. Get the light dragoons. I think we're going to come from the right with the dragoons. We have the veteran Minutemen. It's going to head off to that side. We've got one Mid-Atlantic here. Did I have 3 of them? I didn't realize. Then we're gonna put all 3 of them over on the left, with the 1st Pennsylvania out in the far. Now the British don't have any cavalry besides the General's Bodyguard, which is quite sizable. 100 man each. We have started bombarding this battery over here, and I was about to say we would silence the gun, but we've taken out more or less all of their carriages, so they're not going to be able to move the guns. But they've definitely cut us up pretty darn well with their cannon shots. I gather we've lost a few hundred men at this point. And I don't think we can wait any longer. One of the New Jersey battalions has lost over 40, 50, 60 men. That's not great. Oh, the Polanski Legion is coming up behind. We're gonna march the New Jersey into this pen and use that as a point of defense. We're gonna get the 3rd New York over there. Our cavalry is gonna move into the flank of the enemy. Mid-Atlantic is gonna attack from the flank over here. And you know what? To safeguard the rifles, we're gonna do it like that. And then we're gonna have the rifles in between there. Now Polanski's... Ah, look at that. The Polanski's... They cannot form square because it's a light unit. And there's a big cavalry unit right there. So we'll go ahead and deploy spikes. So we've got somewhere to hide in case the cavalry attacks. Pretty cool. They kind of look like dragoons, don't they? Or they have the sort of dragoon style helmet. Or what you think of as dragoons. Or at least I do. As I play Napoleon quite a lot. Looks like those French dragoons. They're gonna move up to this point. I wonder if... Well, they're light infantry, so every guy in the unit, but we want to maximize the firepower just in case. So drag it out to just 2 man. And the British realize and they respond. I don't know if we're not gonna get we got a bit of a shot off. We shot one of them before the British cavalry run most of my men down, 40 men. They're gonna lose a bit going through the spikes, but I'm not entirely sure that's gonna be enough to deter the British. Right, turn around and fight them. Okay, that did not go as well as planned. They did lose a lot of men though. Right, the British have come within range over here, so there is a bit of fire. Let's advance here. And I want the dragoons to come within range. They'll probably just gun down the cannons within no time. So that'll be good. How is it going for the Polanskis? They lost 50 men. And they are at breaking point. Partly because they're not fighting properly. Right, the British are pulling off. The Polanskis are saved, but they lost about half of their manpower. Luckily for us, the British decides to counterattack into another set of spikes. So I think that will be that for the general and his bodyguard. Hopefully. Right, clearly not. He seems like he's... Oh, there goes the Polanski's Legion. Great. Well, while they're occupied over there, we'll advance the Mid-Atlantic infantry. And get some speed up on the Pennsylvania rifles. My men have gone absolutely slaughtered by the continuous fire of the British. And, I mean, it certainly helped them not to deploy in the beginning, but at the same time, it's going to be hard for me to advance beyond... oh, great. I missed that. It's going to be hard for me to advance my troops after this, just because we've got such a high amount of losses due to this battle. Canister just rips through the lines here as well. Right, I want my cannons. Concentrate over there. Right, finally that guy's gone. I'm gonna tell the rifles to focus in on the cannons. And hopefully you can break them down before they fire any more canister on us. Come on, guys. Keep it up. Right. We have lost a lot in the New Jersey battalions, but they are holding on. They are the strongest or the most veteran troops of this army. Now this army didn't have the Marines, so I was actually gonna try and look for the Marines. They do have the Northumberland Fusiliers though, which I'm not entirely sure if it's would be considered an elite unit. And then King's Regiment right there. Cannons are about to get shot down completely, so that's gone. Means that the Mid-Atlantic... Oh, Polanski's Legion! They're still there. Mid-Atlantic can now move up like so. Okay, we have quite the break going on here. I'm gonna send in Dragoons. 3rd New York will advance. The cannons will hold their fire. And I think to try and not have as many casualties, let's try to just hold fire or advance, and then just run them all down. Right, so all the British troops on the field are now running. We've got British General, and we've got something Okay, we got Dragoons, apparently. Queen's Rangers Dragoons, 36 of them, hiding within that bunker. Or that barn. My Dragoons are chasing down the enemy troops. And going for the general. That house should fall pretty quickly, and I think the enemies inside are probably going to retreat within a second or two. Just because everyone else is retreating. Are they firing out of the house? I think so. Not entirely sure how they managed to get the horses in there. No doors are open either. Oh yeah, they are shooting out of it. Or trying to, at least. There's gun smoke coming out of it. They're trying to aid their general. Wonder if I just should pull back and let my men shoot the general down. Right, he retreated. And so did everyone else. Great. Let's hold fire with the cannons. Lawrence Tully was killed as well, that was good. And you know what? I'll continue to chase these guys down for a bit just to make sure that everyone over there is lost. And then I think we'll go ahead and end turn, see what happens then. And that will be the end of it. I think that my casualties are pretty high, but sometimes they aren't actually as high as I think they were. But I can see a lot of regiments have lost a lot of troops. We can dig in and we can definitely give those Indians a good fight. A very substantial loss for our side. 740 men. I think a lot of that was occurred, well, not entirely in the beginning, but that took a lot when the cannonballs were free to bounce through all of that. And I mean, the enemy lost 1,000, so it is still a kind of a victory for us, but that's gonna be hard, especially since I don't have any money to start replenishing this turn. Highest kills were Dragoons, no surprise there. Pretty big surprise that it was the I was saying by Virginia battalions. We're going to Virginia. We don't have any Virginia battalions as of yet. The New Jersey battalions were the ones that killed the most men, according to this. And then an artillery piece, which I was quite surprised at. I thought that well, they were actually firing the longest, but I wasn't expecting them to do so well. It is a high, it's a really good unit though, so I'm not entirely sure why I didn't think that. The Polanski's Legion, where did they end up? Polanski's Legion, Polanski's Regiment. They lost almost everyone. What? They only got one kill. How on earth did they manage that? They must have gone more. Okay, wait, so let me get this straight. The only one they killed was that one volley in the beginning, in the absolute first part, when they fired at the British general and they shot one of them. Otherwise, all the others were killed by spikes or the mid-Atlantic that came in at the end, kind of firing into their flank. That's pretty pathetic. Anyways, the British are forced back. And we're going to follow them. I'm gonna demand the surrender, but first I'm gonna bring in Polanski's Legion. And then we're gonna bring in the Continental Infantry. So we increase our numbers even more. So we have some fresh troops. I'm gonna demand their surrender. They refuse. But I don't think we're gonna take the time to fight these. So this is the outer assault. Just in case it goes completely topsy-turvy, as it sometimes does with outer assaults. Like if I lose, jeez, 500 men. I could definitely have done better than that. No units were lost, though. Most casualties were localized to, looks like this 3rd New York. Right, that wasn't great, but I want to keep on moving. We cannot replenish the men, as we do not have any money for that. We've got some British up here. I don't think they're going to be a problem. The problem is going to be the Hurons. And yes, I think we're going to go ahead and end turn. And we're going to see what we're going to kind of set it up to, what's going to happen for the next video. One thing that I notice here is that I certainly do not actually need the church here. So we're going to burn that down and build something profitable. And yes, let's go ahead and end turn. Quite lucky for me, in fact, that I did go ahead and autosave, because at the end turn it crashed. We've got a spy. Don't really see the need of these, more than the fact that I can see the numbers, I guess, of the enemy forces. We do have a spy up north. I guess we're gonna send this one down south. The Iroquois has come up with a force, together with British troops, threatening Philadelphia, where I right now only have Colonial Marines and the 5th Pennsylvania. What I should get is... Oh yeah, as someone said also, I definitely need some foreign troops. They wanted to see some foreign troops. So we're gonna get... I think we'll start off with the French troops, so the French Naval Infantry. We've recruited quite a few units, 6 different units, all from different kinds of regiments. Yes, the British moved in and they burnt the mines. We've constructed Philadelphia at Pennsylvania. I don't know. Didn't even say. Grenades. I wonder if we can actually throw grenades. What has happened here? Oh yeah, I burnt it. I was thought, wait, the Indians burn it? To the ground like that? We're gonna see. 2nd Maryland seems pretty good. Or maybe I need cavalry. Baltimore Troops Dragoons over here. We're gonna get some of those Frenchies then. French gonna come in and help us over there. Up here. I don't want any of these units. We were needing cannons for Washington, so we can recruit cannons here now, 2 12-pounders that can move within 1 turn. He is ready to move. There's no British threatening him to the north, but he might want to go south to try and protect Philadelphia. If we lost Philadelphia, that's a pretty big blow. I'll have to send these guys down. I do have a fort. And I do want to be aggressive, because otherwise we end up in a stalemate where we keep moving back and forth all the time. So we're going to attack the Iroquois while they are attacking us. I think they're going to have a hard time breaking down the walls of Philadelphia. We're going to attack here. I'm going to build a Weaver's Crafts Workshop here instead. We did recruit some extra troops here. Also, the British troops who were here actually moved in and took the fishing port, so they were pretty clever in doing that, meaning that my army cannot land. We're gonna take these guys though, which is the 13th Massachusetts, the 8th Continental Regiment, the Continental Line, New York, New Jersey Infantry, and the Sherburnes Additional Regiment. We're going to march them down the road, and we're going to take this general, and we're going to land the troops there. And then the ship can move back to port, and these can combine. So now we actually have quite a sizable force, ready to expel the British out of Eastport, the major fishery. Can go ahead and upgrade it even further. House of Representatives. Someone talked about what kind of buildings I would get. So Independence Hall, I will get in Boston. Apparently it isn't located in Boston though, someone said, I think. We said it was located in Philadelphia. What do we get in Philadelphia? I think it was the National Observatory. Is not the case at all. Do we get anything special out of that? And no, we get nothing special in Philadelphia. So I think that's the only, I guess that's the only building we get there then. Do we get some special drill school in Boston then? It is our capital. So we get Independence Hall. Do we get like... Oh, in the drill school we get the US Military Academy. Do we get anything here? National Observatory can be turned into the Smithsonian Institute, which gives a lot of happiness. So I guess because we want that special building, we should actually turn this back, the National Observatory, turn it into a theater instead. So I guess for next turn, we'll be proactive and attack the Indians before they attack us here. So we'll have a big battle against the Native Americans. That's actually quite a sizable force of British gathering down south now. Yes, but let's not continue too long on this. There's a few things that I will do in between the episodes, like recruiting troops and so forth, but you saw the most of it. And yeah, looking forward to fighting the Indians and see how that's going to go. I think I'm going to drop the not deploying the troops at all. Or I think that's the way I understood it, that I should deploy my troops at the same time. So I shouldn't start off in the same way. Anyways, let's not ramble on and end the video right here. So I say, as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!